Alright, Sunday dinner. I'm going to make some chili and some cornbread. So, and I just realized I forgot an ingredient, but that's okay. Let me show you what I use for the chili. Chili I make is a little bit different than regular chili because I don't use kidney beans or, you know, real beans, kinda. I use canned. So, I just don't like kidney beans, so I just never used it when making it. So I cook it in my crock pot, which usually I start early, but it's late already, so I have it turned on high. And I have a frying pan over here heating up, because I'm going to cook some meat in that. I have a big can of original baked beans, a medium one of Boston recipe, and 4 cans of the Hormel chili with no beans. And then usually I use a chili packet, but I forgot it, so we'll just use spices. And then this is new. I used this last time. It's pretty good. It's just chili starter in medium, and you just add whatever you want to it. It's, let me see. It's beans and sauce and seasoning, so I use a little can of that, an onion, which I grate because nobody here besides me likes onion, so I grate it in because they don't mind, they like the flavor. So that way they don't have the pieces of onion. And then I have a couple barbecue sauces. I'll add some of those. And I'll add some spices and some brown sugar. There's some cheese. I'll add that. Hamburger. Little package of sirloin tip. And Canadian bacon. So the first thing I'm going to do is add my beans to the crock pot. I'm going to just take out this thing right here, which I probably should leave in, but I take it out. And just add all my cans in the crock pot. Get all my canned stuff in there. Now I'm going to cut up the meat and put it in the frying pan so I can cook it a little bit. Because if I put it in the crock pot raw, first off, it will, because it cooks so long, it will kind of just melt away. And because I started it so late, I just want to help it along. So I'm going to cook it a little bit in the frying pan first. Alright, I got all my meat in there. I just sliced it up and trimmed whatever fat was on the steak. And with the Canadian bacon, I just trimmed the edges. That hard piece that's on them, that's on it. Let me show you. That, right there. I just trimmed that off. And I left the pieces pretty big because, like I said, I don't want it to melt away. When it cooks for a long time, it tends to, the meat and the steak just seem to just melt right into it. And then you don't have those pieces. I'm just going to add some seasoning to the meat now. I'm going to add some garlic powder. And you just add it to taste however you like it. Some onion powder. Very little salt. And about a tablespoon of black pepper. I'm just going to let that cook up a little bit and then add it to this. Alright, so that looks good. The meat's pretty much browned. I have a little bit of pink through the hamburger and stuff, but that's going to finish cooking in the crock pot. And the Canadian bacon's already cooked, so, and the steak looks perfect. So I'm just going to add that to my crock pot. There's not much grease in it because I used the 93% lean hamburger, and you know, the steak and the Canadian bacon, they don't have any grease. So it's not really necessary to drain it. I wouldn't go dumping the whole pan in there because there is some grease on the bottom, so we'll just try to keep it out. Mix it in. Now I make a pretty thick chili anyways, but this will thin out through the cooking process. So, you know, once you put the cover on, it creates the steam and makes it a little more soupy like. But it does wind up being pretty thick, so that's how I make it. Alright, so now I have my Vidalia iron, sweet iron, and I'm just going to grate it into the chili. I really need to get a better grater. This thing's a piece of junk. Alright, I got all my iron grated in there. I know it doesn't look like much, but you guys probably can't see it. There's a lot of liquid from the iron all around here. So, and then there's, you know, the regular part. So just mix that in. And now you can add all your seasoning. So, sometimes I'll add, usually I'll add chili powder. You know, it's chili. But I actually don't have any. Which, I don't know what I was thinking there. But that's okay, because I don't need it. So, I'm going to add garlic powder. Black pepper, cayenne powder. Just about what I added on the meat when I was frying the meat up. And I'm going to add some minced garlic. Some honey chipotle barbecue sauce. Some brown sugar. And that's it for now. And I'll let it cook for a little while and just taste it and add what I need as I taste it. If I want it sweeter, then, you know, I'll add more brown sugar. And if I want it spicier, I'll add more of the chipotle barbecue sauce. Or, you know, more pepper. Oh, I almost forgot the cheese. So, a bag of the 4 cheese, Mexican 4 cheese, shredded cheese that I got. Actually add that right into the crock pot. What's the matter, Bo? And I save a little bit to top everybody's bowl of chili with. What are you whining about, huh? I just mixed the cheese right in. Here we go. Cover it up and let it go. Alright guys, we're going to try out this new cornbread recipe. Basically what it is just cornbread and yellow cake mixed together. So, you guys hear the dogs? Dave's friend stopped by and the dogs don't really know him, so they're flipping out. So I'm just going to prepare both of these as the back of the box says and mix them together. There's the cornbread mix. And I'm just going to mix the yellow cake right into cornbread batter. And just make it as the back of the box says. Alright, I got both of them mixed in. And I'm going to pour it into this big pan here because I have such a big amount of it. So that way I'll have enough room and it will be pretty thick. Alright, all set. I sprayed the pan with the non-stick flour spray just in case. Now I have no idea how to cook this because I never made it before and I don't know, I don't read instructions for some reason. So I could probably go online and find out, but I'm just going to wing it. So the box of cake says $3.50 and the cornbread says $400. So I'm going to cook this on $3.50 for about 30 minutes and see what happens. Actually, I'm going to try 20 minutes and then check it. Here's the cornbread all done. Looks good. It smells really good. Doesn't it smell good, Brooke? Mm-hmm. I wound up cooking it on $3.50 for about 20 minutes, and then I dropped the temperature down to $325 and left it for another 5 minutes. So I think it's good. Looks good. I don't know if I just can't taste it that good because it's burning the inside of my mouth, or if all I can taste is the cornbread. Tastes like cornbread. Alright, look how much littler my piece is. I think I'll make it like this from now on though. It's good. Alright guys, so that's Sunday dinner.